I have heard the press reports that Liberty University is inviting and welcoming students back to their campus in Lynchburg. We have heard too many mixed messages around the country about COVID-19, and this is yet another example. Our message has been clear, and it will continue to be clear. Stay home unless you have to leave for essential reasons. We appreciate our colleges and universities making accommodation for students with special cases, but that is very different from inviting students to leave their homes and come back to campus. As we are told in 1 Corinthians, it is required that those who have been given a trust must prove faithful. Proving faithful means providing clear and consistent guidance. And it means respecting the duty that Liberty University has to its students, its staff, the Lynchburg community in which it is located, and our Commonwealth. I would suggest that President Falwell look to the actions of the leaders of Virginia's flagship universities for how to set a strong example in this health crisis, and to please reconsider his message that invites and encourages students to return to campus.
This is Virginia Governor Ralph Northam taking aim at Liberty University president and outspoken Trump ally Jerry Falwell. Falwell made national headlines this week for opting to reopen Liberty's Lynchburg, Virginia campus to students despite the ongoing pandemic. And he did this clearly not in the best interest of the students, but of Donald Trump, who has signaled that despite these surging cases of coronavirus, despite the death count continuing to grow exponentially every day, that enough is enough and it's time to get out there and go back to work, because after all, he's got an election to win and the Dow isn't going to raise itself.
Let's go to work. Our country wasn't built to be shut down. This is not a country that was built for this. It was not built to be shut down. We have a very active flu season, more active than most. It's looking like it's heading to 50,000 or more deaths, not cases, 50,000 deaths, which is, that's a lot. And you look at automobile accidents, which are far greater than any numbers we're talking about. That doesn't mean we're going to tell everybody no more driving of cars. So we have to do things to get our country open.
In fact, Falwell has been instrumental in spreading a number of dangerous conspiracies about the virus that benefit Trump, popping up on national television and suggesting that this is a Democratic hoax, or even that it's retribution from the North Koreans.
It's just strange to me how so many are overreacting. The H1N1 virus in 2009 killed 17,000 people. It was the flu also, I think. And there was not the same hype. It was, you just didn't see it on the news 24/7. And it makes you wonder if there's a political reason for that. It's you know, impeachment didn't work, and the Mueller report didn't work, and Article 25 didn't work, and so maybe now this is their next attempt to get Trump. But I had the owner of a restaurant asked me last night. He said, "You remember the North Korean leader promised a Christmas present for America back in December? Could it be they got together with China and this is that present? I don't know." But
and the fact that this is the person running a university responsible for actually educating people shouldn't exactly inspire a ton of confidence. But in terms of opening up the university, it looks like Donald Trump will be among the only people actually pleased with this decision. Lynchburg's city manager said that Falwell was not, quote, totally transparent when he assured them that his school would move to an online platform, and yet failed to mention that the students would be invited back into residence halls anyway. Lynchburg's mayor spoke out against the decision, saying, "I was very surprised and disappointed to later learn of President Falwell's most recent decision to allow students back on campus. We are in the midst of a public health crisis. I am concerned for the students, faculty, and employees at Liberty University, and I'm also very concerned for the residents of the Lynchburg community. Liberty University is an important part of this community. However, I believe it was a reckless decision to bring students back on campus at this time. It is unfortunate that President Falwell chose to not keep his word to us and to this community." University. Even the students themselves signaled that they were less than thrilled with his decision to put politics over safety. A Liberty senior who spoke with the Daily Beast anonymously due to fears of retaliation said, "It seems like Falwell wants everything to be open pretty quickly following Trump. I saw this morning that Trump wants businesses to reopen. Jerry literally follows anything that Trump says." Now, to be fair, it's one thing for international students who otherwise have no place to go, but this decision wasn't limited to international students, it was available for everyone. And if your top priority is the health and safety of your students, then this move makes absolutely zero sense. The virus doesn't just impact the elderly. Half of the cases we're seeing are people between the ages of 18 to 49. Only days ago, the first minor died of coronavirus in the United States. And if a student does contract it, they could then spread it to faculty and staff who could spread it to their own families. So I get that Falwell likes the attention from Trump, but this decision is a gross abdication of his responsibilities. Let's just be clear here, Falwell's job is to keep the students safe. Encouraging them back to campus only increases the likelihood that they'll mingle together. The decision only makes people less safe at a time when our only option is to practice social distancing. And that's because at this point, it's become abundantly clear that actually testing people, the strategy that's allowed other countries to actually flatten the curve, isn't going to happen in this country because our government declined the same WHO tests that the rest of the world accepted. So all we have left is to quarantine ourselves and contain the spread. Opening up college campuses that have the ability to be completely online anyway, so that thousands of students are in the same small campus again, is the literal opposite of what we should be doing. As the president of a university, Falwell's priority should be his students, not kowtowing to a politician. But that's the thing about vying for Trump's loyalty. It requires putting him over everyone else 100% of the time.